All right, friends, here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. You make sure you have your bim, so grab your bim. Leor, do you have your bim? Excellent. You want to grab your bum, and we go like this. Bim, bum, bim, 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 bum, bim, 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 bum, cheery, berry, berry, bim, bum, bim, 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 bum, bim, 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 bum. Get those hands ready. Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, cheery berry berry bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Get ready.
Shabbat
Shalom, hey, Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, we're so happy you're all here with us. I think we should welcome everybody because that's something we try and do in our house all the time is make sure that everyone feels welcome and seen and heard and acknowledged. So we're going to do that now while we're getting ready to sing our song. If you could please put your child's name into the chat or on the Facebook feed, that would be awesome. So we will make sure we get everybody's names in, and we have so many friends today. So let's try and do it. You ready to sing with us?
I think so. Here we go. Ready?
You start it.
Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright on a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. And Isaac, Shabbat Shalom to Isaac. And Will, Shabbat Shalom to Will. And Annie, Shabbat Shalom to Anne. And Rivka, Shabbat Shalom to Rivka. Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright on a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. And Toby, Shabbat Shalom to Toby. And Alessandra, Shabbat Shalom to Alessandra. And Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to Shalom. And Emmet, Shabbat Shalom to Emmet. Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright on a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. And Sarit and Limor, Shabbat Shalom to Sarit and Limor. And Ben and Tessa, Shabbat Shalom to Ben and Tessa. And Pippa and Delphine, Shalom to Pippa and Delphine. And Rory, Shabbat Shalom to Rory. Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright on a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. And Leor, Shabbat Shalom to Leor. And everyone, Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Lekulam, Shabbat Shalom, Lekulam to everyone. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright on a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. And have a good Shabbat. Ba-dum-bum. I just want to point out that the kids are clapping along and having fun. The parents are having fun. And I want to point out that it looks like there's a great bubby out there who's also clapping and dancing along.
I'm so glad. We're so lucky to have everyone.
We have high audience participation. It's really nice.
Excellent.
All right, what's next?
I think we should do the prayer that we say every morning when we wake up. Could everyone do a stretch with us, like as if you're waking up?
We're going to do Modeh Ani.
We're going to do Modeh Ani, which is the prayer we say every morning when we wake up to say how thankful we are to have a new day ahead of us. And so what we're going to do is we're going to sing it in Hebrew and then in English and to the tune of
You Are My Sunshine.
You Are My Sunshine. There we go. You ready?
And if people want to put things...
And if you want to think about the things you're thankful for, you can always share them in our chat if you'd like. Okay, are you ready? Modeh Ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך. Oh, every morning when I'm done sleeping, I open up my eyes and say,
what do they say?
Thank you, God, for my neshama.
and for giving me a brand new day. From the top, Modeh ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shehechezarta bi nishmati, mechemla rabba emunatecha.
That's a good one. If you want to take a second, maybe 10 seconds, we'll say, and think about what you're grateful for today with your grown-up or whoever's with you, and you can feel free to share it, okay? Let's take a second to do that.
10 seconds. On Zoom can feel like an eternity, but you can do it.
You can do it. Ready?
10 seconds.
What are you thankful for today, my friend? What do you think?
I'm really hungry for the soup now.
Leora is very, very grateful that we can make soup. And I'm very grateful for this beautiful weather today. That feels like a special treat. And Rivka's thankful for her Nana. Oh, we're so lucky. I bet a lot of people might be grateful for the special people in their lives, right?
I think so.
All right, we'll keep on reading them as they come in. Oh, and Will is thankful for his mom. Will is smart to be able to say that today.
And he typed it in himself. That's great.
Good job, Will. All right, so we'll keep seeing what people are thankful for. Feel free to keep adding, and we're going to keep on moving. And now we're going to move on to the Shema. Are we ready to do that?
Indeed. Let's cover our eyes so we can really listen to what people are singing and to our own voices. We'll do the Shema and then the V'Ahavta.
Cover our eyes. You ready?
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, v'chol nafshecha, v'chol meodecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele. Asher Anochi Metzavecha Hayom Al Levavecha Veshinantam Levanecha V'dibarta Bam V'shivtecha B'veitecha U'lechtecha Havaderech U'shokbecha U'kumecha U'kshartam Leot Al Yadecha V'hayu Letotafot B'neinecha U'chtavtam
Al Mezuzot
Beitecha U'visharecha.
That's beautiful.
I like it.
love that. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of wiggly bodies.
Yes.
Does anybody here have a wiggly body? Do you have a wiggly body? Yes is the answer to that one. High five. Okay, so
We're going to do Hallelujah.
I'm hungry for the soup.
we're going to make the soup in a little bit, okay? But first we got to work up our appetite. So we're going to do Hallelujah. And so when you guys hear the words Hallelujah, you're going to jump or put up your hands or do whatever feels right to you. And when you hear Hodu Lashem, you're going to get super duper little. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? Thumbs up if you're ready.
Or like on
Or
Facebook.
like on Facebook if you're ready to go. Okay, ready?
Hallelujah, 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 Hodu Lashem. Hallelujah, 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 Hodu Lashem. Hodu Lashem, hallelujah. Hodu Lashem, hallelujah. Hodu Lashem, hallelujah. Hodu Lashem.
I think we can do it even faster.
Should I pick you up during the Hodu Lashems?
I think that sounds like a very bad plan.
Okay, let's try it.
Are we ready?
Worth a shot, you never know. Okay.
Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Hallelujah, 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 Hodu Lashem. Hallelujah, 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 Hodu Lashem. Hodu Lashem, hallelujah. Hodu Lashem, hallelujah. Hodu Lashem, hallelujah. Hodu Lashem.
Whew. That was amazing. You guys are such fast hallelujah people. I love it.
Hallelujahs.
Hallelujahs. You're from the land of hallelujah.
Okay.
So,
This time, Poppy pick me up.
next time Poppy will pick
Next
you up.
time Poppy
I
picks you
think
up.
we're going to do a new song that we tried last week called Hallelujah. It's a little different, and you're going to see there's some times where you can do a hand motion or try something with us, so just follow along and you'll get it. It's a great dancing and moving song. Ready?
Take it away.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Wave hello to someone far away from you. Wave hello and say shalom.
That means hi.
Shalom, shalom. Wave hello to someone far away from you. Wave hello and sing hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Scratch the back of someone sitting next to you.
With their permission,
Scratch their back and say Toda, Toda.
That means thank you.
Scratch the back of someone sitting next to you. Scratch their back and sing hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
This one works even over Zoom if you get real close. Ready?
Look into the eyes of someone very special. Look into their eyes and see their neshama.
That means soul. Look into the eyes of someone very special.
Look into their eyes and sing hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Well
Good
done,
job,
everyone.
guys.
Are we doing Hini Matov? Is that our next one?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
So all you have to do is repeat after me, and feel free to clap along. I've noticed lots of people are swinging back and forth like this, moving their shoulders. Some people are doing different kinds of dances.
This is my classic dance.
That's
the
a great
finger
one.
Point thing. It's a mom move.
Which goes all the way back to the times of Moses. Okay, so here we go.
My
Oh, that's Leor's fast feet dance.
Yeah, you can't see it, but the feet are going like 1,000 steps a second. So here we go.
Are we ready?
I said Hine. I said Hine Matovu Manayim. Shevet. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Break it down. I said Hine Matovu Manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matovu Manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matovu Manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Bum.
Oh my goodness. I think we will do better, even better, if we do it one more time.
I think so. So here we go.
It's good to do songs twice because it's just fun.
Yeah, I like to see again all those shoulders are moving. People are clapping. I like it. I said Hine. I said Hine Matovu Manayim. Shevet. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Break it down. I said Hine Matovu Manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matovu Manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matovu Manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Bum.
Excellent. Oh my goodness. After all that dancing and moving, I am hungry.
I agree.
Is anybody else here
Hungry? Maybe the...
What can...
soup.
I think
Oh,
we should
excellent
do the
idea.
soup
Yes,
song.
excellent.
I think that sounds perfect. So, here's what I'm going to ask. Oh, and I just saw that Emmet had written that he was thankful that we have a house earlier. What a nice thing to be thankful for. Me too, Emmet. Okay, so we are going to do our song about making soup. So if you have a suggestion for what's going to make our chicken soup the most delicious chicken soup that we eat all day, please add it into the comments, and we will try to get to everybody. All right, ready?
So first we're going to take our big pot. So if you find a big pot, get the biggest pot you can find.
Boom. Okay.
And then we're going to fill it with water. Glug, 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 glug. Let's put the chicken in there. Ready?
Ready?
Put the chicken in the pot. Stir it up so it's nice and hot. Getting ready for Shabbat. For Shabbat. Ooh, I see one person's making a recommendation that we put grapes in the soup.
Oh, that's interesting. I think I actually see a lot of fruit. I see mango and peaches is also a suggestion. So it's going to be a fruity flavored based soup. That's going to be really interesting.
Just to start off with. We don't know where it's going to end up. Okay, so.
All right, we're going to put grapes and mangoes and peaches. Ready?
Put the grapes, mangoes, and peaches in the pot. Stir it up so it's nice and hot. Getting ready for Shabbat. For Shabbat.
I think that before we take another suggestion, we should put some carrots in. It's just always good to have carrots.
Leo, what would you like first before we... Yeah, Leo.
What do you think, buddy?
I think
Wait for it.
onions.
Onions! Excellent.
Excuse me, I just need to get my protective gear on.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I have fancy ones for today. I don't know if you can see, but they flip up and down. so that I can protect my eyes from the onion situation. Okay, we ready?
Those are from a different world. Anyone?
All right, let's
80s,
take our
90s, a
ready.
different world?
Take your onion. Let's peel it. Let's peel it. Let's peel it. We're gonna chop it. I'm gonna just whoop. Okay, chop, 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 chop. I'm gonna put it in. Oh my goodness.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Put the onions in the pot, stir it up so it's nice and hot. Getting ready for Shabbat.
For Shabbat. Oh, I see someone on has chocolate.
Ooh, a little Tazo chocolate in there.
Fascinating. Let's chop up some chocolate chunks.
Mmm, dark chocolate.
Put the chocolate in the pot, stir it up so it's nice and hot. Getting ready for Shabbat. For Shabbat. Oh, I see bananas and apples. Some more fruity flavors. Let's do it. Ready?
Okay, so we gotta peel the banana first.
Oh, peel the banana. Peel. What is it? Peel.
Peel banana. Peel banana.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
So put the
Bananas and apples in the pot, stir it up so it's nice and hot. Getting ready for Shabbat. For Shabbat.
Ooh. Celery is one suggestion, and we also have pasta. So let's do celery first, and then we'll do pasta. Let's chop up a celery. Chop, 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 chop. And we're gonna put it in. Ready? Put the celery in the pot. Stir it up so it's nice and hot. Getting ready for Shabbat. For Shabbat. I see pasta. I like a good pasta in the soup. It's good. You know, like gives it a little bit of hearty meal. It's like a whole meal.
Yeah.
Ready? Put the pasta in the pot. Stir it up so it's nice and hot. Getting ready for Shabbat. For Shabbat. Do you want to make matzo balls for it?
I would love
We'd
to
like
make matzo balls. All right.
Okay, so here's what we do for matzo balls. You ready?
Emma and Poppy didn't pick.
Poppy's putting in
matzo balls.
Matzo balls. Ready?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little matzo ball, take a little bit of dough. Do we use dough for matzo?
No, batter. It's fine.
Batter. Okay, fine.
Whatever it is. Yep, mix.
And we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna make a small matzo ball. Make a small matzo ball. Small matzo ball.
Can we do two?
2,
Ready?
3 fingers,
Ooh,
4
it's getting
fingers,
so big.
5 fingers. Throw it in there. Ugh! Put the matzo ball in the pot. Stir it up so it's nice and hot. Getting ready for Shabbat. For Shabbat.
I think I saw one more suggestion, which was peas.
Do we do pasta?
We did it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do peas, and then we're gonna try our soup. Are you ready? So we're gonna put the green peas in the pot.
No, I want to go again.
Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
everybody go.
Put the peas
Peas in the pot. Stir it up so it's nice and hot. Getting ready for Shabbat.
For Shabbat.
I keep smiling because you know what I keep thinking about?
What?
Do you know why celery farmers make so much money?
Why?
Because they have lots of stocks.
Oh man, that was a really horrible joke. Okay.
I'm waiting. There might be a delay. That's why no one's laughing. But we'll keep waiting. We'll see what
All
happens.
right, let's all take our soup spoon. Ready? But don't eat it too quickly because you'll burn your mouth. You gotta blow on it. Ready? Oh, that is the mangoest, peachiest, chocolatiest, bananaest, pasta-est, matzo balliest soup I've ever had today. It
Do
is
I
delicious.
detect a little bit of peas in this?
It's
I
a little
feel
bit
like?
of green peas, a little bit of celery. Oh man, good
Delicious.
job, guys.
Delicious.
Thumbs up for a good soup.
We'll let it simmer for a few minutes.
Can we do
So,
the book?
here's our plan. We're gonna read a story.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about the story first or after?
I'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay, we're gonna read a story. I think we've read this one before, like over the summer maybe, and it's called It's Mine. It's just a really good one. So we're gonna read it, and it has beautiful pictures. So everyone get snuggled up tight for our story, and we'll get moving here. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to stand over here so you can watch it?
Yeah, come over here, Leorio.
Okay, we've got to reposition. Hold on 1 second.
There we go.
Okay, ready. Let's do it. So this is called It's Mine by Leo Leone. All right. In the middle of Rainbow Pond, there was a small island. Smooth pebbles lined its beaches, and it was covered with ferns and leafy weeds.
If we read.
On the island lived 3 quarrelsome frogs named Milton, Rupert, and Lydia. They quarreled and quibbled from dawn to dusk. Do you want to spotlight this picture?
Sure.
Stay out of the pond, yelled Milton. The water is mine. Get off the island, shouted Rupert. The earth is mine. The air is mine, screamed Lydia as she leapt to catch a butterfly. And so it went.
Lydia.
One day a large toad appeared before them. I live on the other side of the island, he said, but I can hear you shouting, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, all day long. There is no peace because of your endless bickering. You can't go on like this. With that, the toad slowly turned around and hopped away through the woods. Hop, hop, hop. No sooner Had he left, then Milton ran off with a large worm. The others hopped after him. "Worms are for everybody," they cried. But Milton croaked defiantly, "Not this one. This one is mine." Oh no. Suddenly, the sky darkened and a rumble of distant thunder circled the island. Rain filled the air and the water turned to mud. The island grew smaller and smaller and it was swallowed up by the rising flood. The frogs were scared. Well, I understand. That sounds a little bit scary.
This sounds like the Torah portion from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it sounds like Parshat Noach. Desperately, they clung to the few slippery stones.
Those ones are cold.
Yeah, they're maybe a little bit cold. Desperately, they clung to the few slippery stones that still rose above the wild, dark water. But soon, these too began to disappear. Oh my. There was only one rock left, and there the frogs huddled, trembling from cold and fright. But they felt better now that they were together, sharing the same fears and hopes. Little by little, the flood subsided. The rain fell gently and then stopped altogether. Oh my goodness! But look, the large rock they had set that had saved them was no rock at all. "You saved us!" shouted the frogs when they recognized the toad. Isn't that cool that he looked like a rock and now he's a toad? The next morning, the water had cleared. Sun rays chased silver minnows on the sandy bottom of the pond. Joyfully, the frogs jumped in. Side by side, they swam all around the island. Look how happy they look. You can see their smiling frog faces. Together, they leapt after the swarms of butterflies that filled the air. And later, when they rested in the weeds, they felt happy in a way that they had never been before. "Isn't it peaceful?" said Milton. "And isn't it beautiful?" said Rupert. "And do you know what else?" said Lydia. "No, what?" said the others. "It's ours."
Nice story.
Oh, what a nice story. Aren't those pictures so beautiful?
They are.
Makes me happy.
You know, this story reminds me of this week's Torah portion, Parshat Toldot. Because in this parsha, there are two brothers that are born, Jacob and Esau, and they don't get along very well.
Oh, I've heard about them.
Yeah, and so sometimes with your siblings, maybe you can get into an argument because you're fighting over a toy, or you don't want to share, or you want something that they have.
We may or may not even have had that experience in our house this morning.
From time to time. And so I think one of the nice lessons is either with the people in your house, you could try to not share and maybe argue with them and fight and say it's mine. Or with your brothers and sisters, you could say, you know what, let's share. Let's play together. Let's find a way to share so we can all say it's ours and we can all have fun each and every day.
I love that idea. Thanks for sharing that.
All right.
I think that we should get ready to do you think we have time for one more song before we do those things? I think so.
Okay.
I think we're going to do one more song. We're only going to take a few suggestions, maybe, for animals that we're going to see on our way to our walk to shul today. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
So if you have a suggestion, we'll take those in the chat. You ready?
Yeah, so the first animal that we saw was a peel.
A peel, it goes moo.
That's not a peel.
No, a peel goes like this.
It's an elephant. Ready?
Ready?
I was on my way to shul one day, not so far from home. I ran into a peel who said Shabbat Shalom. Who said Shabbat Shalom.
Who said Shabbat Shalom.
Then I ran into a kelev.
Oh, a kelev. A kelev goes like this. Woof, woof, woof.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a doggy.
Although some kelevs they say
wow, wow.
Wow, wow, or woof, woof, or bark, bark, or arf, arf.
You know what? We can't even hear what you're going to say, so whatever you want to say is perfect.
Ready? I was on my way to shul one day, not so far from home. I ran into a kelev who said Shabbat Shalom. Woof, woof, woof.
Who said Shabbat Shalom? Woof, woof, woof. Who said Shabbat Shalom?
Oh, this one was good. This one says moo.
It's a cow.
Cow.
Are we ready?
Para.
A para. You ready?
I was on my way to shul one day, not so far from home. I ran into a para who said Shabbat Shalom. Moo, moo, moo. Who said Shabbat Shalom? Moo, moo, moo. Who said Shabbat Shalom?
I think we should do this guy. A ducky.
Ooh, a barvaz.
Ooh, a barvaz?
Yeah. What do barbazim say?
Quack, quack, quack.
Quack, quack, quack.
Yeah, so here we go. Ready? I was on my way to shul one day, not so far from home. I ran into a barvaz who said Shabbat Shalom. Quack, quack, quack. Who said Shabbat Shalom? Quack, quack, quack.
Who said Shabbat Shalom?
All right, this next one's called a tarnagle.
A tarnagle.
And it goes
A
cock-a-doodle-doo.
rooster.
A rooster. You ready?
A tarnagle. Here we go. I was on my way to shul one day, not so far from home. I ran into a tarnagle who said Shabbat Shalom. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Who said
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom? Okay, I think this is going to be our last one. We're going to do a chatul.
Ooh, meow.
Meow. That's
Meow.
what a chatul says. It's a cat. A cat. We got it. Are you ready?
I was on my way to shul one day, not so far from home. I ran into a chatul who said Shabbat Shalom. Meow, meow, meow. Who said Shabbat Shalom? Meow, meow, meow. Who said Shabbat Shalom?
I have another friend who really wants to come out and play with us today.
Oh, who's that?
It's our Tzedakasaurus.
Roar!
Okay, so we like to have a tradition in our family of giving tzedakah before Shabbat and before all the holidays, and that helps us to remember that there are other people who might need some more things than we do, and we're so grateful for what we have, and we want to be able to help others. So we're going to give some money to tzedakah right now. If you guys have a tzedakah box, it's a lovely time to do this, and if not, we're going to keep on moving while Lior puts our money in our tzedakasaurus.
Excellent. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to, now that we give him tzedakah, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make kiddush.
Oh, okay. Everyone get your fanciest, or not, whatever you want. It's kiddush cup, but it has to be pretend, or it doesn't. If you have one, great. But I'm going to get my pretend one. My pretend one this week is clear. It's glass.
Wow.
So I'm going to be really careful with it.
Mine is with a lion and an elephant.
Oh, and Lior says animals, and mine's clear with some jewels, like glass with jewels. What's yours?
Mine's just blue.
Okay. So ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Is that delicious, Lior?
I love grape juice, especially
Delicious.
pretend grape juice.
All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to wash our hands.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is first we're going to wash them to clean, make them safe.
Clean, 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 clean. Soap and water, clean, clean, clean.
Then we're going to take a special cup and we're going to splash water on our hands 3 times on each hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to say the bracha, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netzilat yadayim. I'm going to lift them up.
Amen.
I'm going to dry them off.
Not on me. Okay,
Okay.
now we're going to get our most delicious smelling pretend challah here. And when Michael takes off the challah cover, you're going to go like this. And you're going to be like cheering on the challah. You ready? Hold on 1 second. We didn't do it yet.
It's not time to say goodbye. We're about to eat our challah. Ready?
So ready?
1, echad, shtayim, shalosh.
Ooh,
Ah.
Oh, it smells like cinnamon and sugar, and I think I see chocolate chips inside.
Don't-
All right, ready?
Yeah. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Oh my gosh, that's
Delicious,
so
isn't it?
delicious. Okay, I'm going to make 2 announcements. Are you ready?
Oh, we gonna say goodbye to them.
Soon we're going to say goodbye.
Right after
Okay.
announcements.
So here's the special announcements. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, one is that if you have not already received an email about JCDSRI in a box, you should be soon, and I will make sure you get it. It's free activities for December, January, and February.
Whoa.
Linked, that will be sent to your home, linked with a fun Zoom session with some of our amazing faculty members from school. The idea being that we all are going to need fun things to do in the coming months with
That
our
is
children.
correct, yes.
And also a special announcement about next Friday. We are going to be doing a special Thanksgiving weekend edition of Simchat Tot, so that when you are home on Friday morning next week with maybe not as much planned as you might like, that we can all still be together. And we really encourage you to invite friends and family and whoever might like to join us, because the more the merrier, and we should be grateful for our time together. So next Friday, same time, same place.
And tonight at 6 o'clock at Temple Emanu-El, we're having our Shabbat Chai at home. It's a special musical Shabbat service where you can dance and sing and move around and have a wonderful time with that. That's tonight at 6 o'clock. And if you check out the shul's website, teprov.org, you can see a link so you can participate and see and be part of the fun. And like I remind everyone on Shabbat and on Friday nights, if the kids want to dance around or are making noise or whatnot, no one can hear. So it's a great way to get them used to hearing all the melodies that we sing on Kabbalat Shabbat.
Sure is. We're just so happy you guys are here with us. And so I wanted to say my bracha for this weekend is that we enjoy what might be the last of these nice weather days here in Rhode Island, and really get outside quite a bit, and also just be cautious and careful and stay healthy and safe. And that's
Amen.
my bracha.
Amen.
Okay, and we are going to sing our Shalom Chaverim, our very last song together for this week, and then we will do our silly face sign-off.
Sounds good. Shalom Chaverim, Shalom Chaverim, Shalom, Shalom. Lehitraot, lehitraot, Shalom, Shalom.
We'll do it one more time.
Shalom Chaverim, Shalom Chaverim, Shalom, Shalom. Lehitraot, lehitraot, Shalom, Shalom.
Are you ready? We're going to do our funniest faces. I want to see some silly faces from my friends. Ready? It's the best way to end our Zooms together.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, wonderful friends.